Welcome back to News Insights. Senator Natasha came to the public to make it clear that there is a plan, probably a conspiracy, to take her life. And she says she's not withdrawing that. No, like we said, probably Akpabio to sue her or report to the appropriate authority. Akpabio has done that, though we don't know the full content of that report. And Senator Natasha has also acknowledged receiving or having an idea of the reports. Do you think she's going to have a strong defense that why she came to the public is also for people to know what is going on, and also to question why her security was also withdrawn and a lot of all those details? Because if you're planning nothing around anybody, even though you suspend the senator from coming to the plenary, she's still a senator. She does not stop being a senator.
You didn't elect her.
You didn't even elect her. She's still a senator. Even the suspension is still being queried whether you actually do have the power to. But let's leave that aside. Okay. Do you think Bobby is going to succeed in really claiming Natasha raised a false alarm?
They say there's no fire without smoke. And Natasha has been firm on all the things she has said. And she has pursued them with vigor. And we can't take that away from her. I don't think she will back down. And you know, on this show, I said Akpabio should forget this issue and call the matter to a round table for settlement. But obviously he has not done
Here's
that.
the advice.
Number one, the place he's supposed to have gone to is not the police. It should have been the courts. And said the false allegation against him. Number two, is it true that security details were removed from her?
Why?
Yes. Every senator, I don't know if it's legal, if it's constitutional for them to have police protection.
I think yes.
Now, if he is, she's a senator. Number three, 14 days of suspension is what the Senate rule says. Why are they suspending her for 6 months? Have they looked at that? You can't use your illegality to prove a point. So all these points will make her to see that
My life could be in.
exactly her life is in danger. Now, number four, there was a connivance or a conspiracy with the Kogi State government, according to Natasha, that she should not come to Kogi State. Waterways, roads were blocked. She had to fly in by air.
Because they cannot block air.
Because they couldn't block the air. If maybe they had a notion that she was going to use the air, maybe probably they would have said there's no flight over. So all these things spells out and shows you that her allegation, though she said she has more
evidence
to show
yes.
that of what they have done.
Okay, very, very, very good background you give to this discussion. Eli, where do you think Akpabio will get to this? Is he trying to find a legal or a lawful exit route? Or swallow the pill that, we couldn't suppress this lady. This wonderful senator is beyond being suppressed. What is the exit route for Akpabio?
I love the summaries he just gave. Why using the police in a matter that, of course, the court should have addressed? Intimidation, that is just a simple thing.
Because at the end of the day, if police has anything, it's still going to end in court.
Going to the court.
Just take it to court.
So, it's just like the case of Faratomi. You went, carry the police, arrest him, take him to prison, and he went to the court. Why? Now, how did Harry Marshall die? Here, we had a PDP person close to Maitama police station killed. What happened to Bola Ige? Attorney General of the Federation, number 3 or so citizen, his police orderlies were not even withdrawn. He traveled with them to his place that they went to eat, and the old man was killed. And up to today, nothing happens. Like we've said, you suspend a senator, she's not been recalled, she's not been removed, she's not been replaced. So why did you remove her security details? If I am the one I come out of the studio now. You know that the only means of transportation back to wherever I'm coming from is the Okada I brought or the car I drove down. You gave me this car. All right? Ella, you are suspended for 1 week for this and this in the office. Now, I'm on suspension to resume after 1 week. I have not been dismissed. Why taking over my car when you know I do not have another means of going back to where I come from? So if I shout that if I shout that, okay, moving from here to where I'm going to, there's security threat, this and that, or this one, you are exposing me to death, to danger. That's what she's saying. And if you think she's saying otherwise, you go to the court. Why writing the IG of police? So it's just a way of, I don't know what Akpabio and his group want to achieve. Okay. But sometimes when you have a bone in your neck that you cannot swallow, if it's possible to vomit it and have your peace.
What is the best way for Senator Akpabio, our Senate President, to vomit Natasha and have his peace? And have his peace.
To press reset button and said, let's go back.
What is the reset button?
Let's go back to where we were before. Senators, status quo. So senators, this matter has. You see, he holds the ass. But as he's holding the ass, I've said it before, there are a lot of banana peels. He doesn't need this headache. It's an unnecessary headache. You see, you don't have to win every fight, but make sure you win the war. Make sure you come out of the Senate.
I'm also wondering why Akpabio is treading this path. Somebody has a questionable route to becoming a senator.
Senate president.
Even becoming a senator in the first place.
That end him the Senate president.
Yeah, from Senate to Senate president is not much of it's normal politics, but becoming a senator in itself, because he was a candidate in the last presidential election.
And as at that time, the senatorial primaries were done and dusted.
Yes.
And by law, it was no longer possible for him to have gotten the ticket of the senatorial
and don't also forget, the electoral officer that conducted that election is in jail.
And what are his reasons for? What is his offense?
This is one of the reasons.
You see, and this is an unfortunate. This is under this APC government that such a thing has ever happened.
For once, let me talk about APC government. Human beings makes up the APC government.
That's right.
The president doesn't make up the APC government alone. And the president also cannot take every decision. Because most of the time, it's only that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. I don't think if the president was the Senate president, I don't think he would take this route.
I came across a poetic write-up yesterday night, which the title was not End Bad Governance, but End Bad Citizenship.
Exactly.
You know, I've always said it, that I'm not as much worried about our corrupt governors, our corrupt senators, or even corrupt any government official, as I am worried for those who will replace them. Creating no hope situation for Nigeria. Every single Nigeria is not thinking patriotically. You understand? The patriotic way of thinking has eroded many, really a reasonable amount of Nigerian population. The typical Nigerian, not all, wants to beat the traffic lights.
Yes.
The typical one will see a line that is queue to buy something or get served in the bank. He wants to shortcut it. He will see a system that is working perfectly. A patriotic person will think of how to maintain this system to start working, to continue to work properly or improve on it. A typical Nigerian, not all, will want to see how to shortchange, how to survive the system, how to bypass the system. These are the people running APC. These are the people running all the parties. So it's not about the president.
No, it's not about the president.
Bad governance. We need to end bad citizenship.
Now, having said that, every society has people that, I don't know what to call it now, whether abnormal or deviants.
Yes.
They have deviants in society.
Yes.
The reason for police is because of deviant.
Yes.
The reason for the law is because of deviant.
Certainly. That's the reason for judicial.
That's the reason. The reason they brought 2 terms presidency into American Constitution was because that they know that one day somebody is going to subvert.
Yes.
Because the reason Roosevelt ruled for 4 tenors was because of the economic downturn, which led them into the Second World War.
Yes.
That was the reason. Now, the president and the member of the executive has a wild stick with them to punish offenders. What we now want is that offenders should be punished. I've always said it, that every society that doesn't have a discipline or punitive measures for deviance, right, is a problem. So there are people that are the executive holds the ass to deal with deviance.
Moving from the executive, much more are the judiciary and the law enforcement agents. You realize when Philip was, trying to see how judiciary is being corrupted, because the pool they choose this justice from are bad citizens, like we have said. But at the end of the day, there must be a way to categorically select people. That is why I kept saying, what is this Nigerians' addiction of not wanting to pick a good representation? Does it mean that, because let me tell you, democracy, no matter how you call it, is a game of numbers. When many number of persons vote for this kind of person, the person eventually becomes their representative. This difficulty in selecting those that can deal with this deviance is talking about, why is it remaining permanent with us?
Because of our system, our constitution. It just crossed my mind as we're talking. If the IG of police is not to be elected by the president, the police hierarchy, the police should elect who their IG should be. If the judiciary, the Nigerian Bar Association, is allowed to elect, we've had president of Bar Association in states and federal, and we've never had a serious crisis like we're having from whatever. Allow them to elect.
Okay, maybe we're going to spend a section talking about our constitution.
I know, but can I put one
30
thing?
seconds, yes.
You see, if a system grows up an IG to be 60, and we said the retirement age is 60 and 35, whichever comes first, they should go. If we allow them to stay longer, it shows that the system is not growing people to replace.
That's right, which is succession plan is part of a good system.
And the president should allow them to go. And that of immigration to go.
It's all right. And at the end of the day, maybe one day we're going to think about this. If you think somebody should retire at 60, it's not good for service. But you elect people more than 60. I mean, it's a topic for debate.
Exactly.
No, I'm just talking about it. It's a topic for debate. Because if you're not good enough to serve here, so begin to see how good you can be to serve in another capacity. It's a topic for debate. We'll talk about that. So, Senator Natasha, you've proven tough.
And it's good for the system.
And it's good for the system. Sometimes it's good to fight back. Sometimes it's good to allow peace. And the ways of allowing peace is to fight first. I think many Nigerians are behind you. And in this case, if there is a stick out for peace, I will encourage you to accept it so that Nigerian politics can have peace eventually. This is Still News Insight. We'll be right back.